So, some big news in the waste industry today. I'm not going to make this video ages and ages and last for days and days because we are really busy at the minute. But I'm going to show you this week's skip truck. So this is what we've built this week. A beautiful silver truck. Paint matches the body and everything else. I am going to start doing some more skip building videos and skip truck videos, but they take a bit of time to do, and this time of year, as you know, we are really busy. But I hope that just gives you, a little bit of a reminder that we're still here. I mean, our yard has never been so full of trucks. We are absolutely rammed. We're doing a lot of construction work for people, outside work. We're building the skip trucks. We are mega busy. We've got a refurb on an old truck, which we're honestly pulling our hair out. But let's get back to the big news. GJF Manufacturing. So these are probably one of the bigger skip manufacturers in the country. I think they've had as many as 100 staff. So, 100 welders is quite a lot of boys and girls, to work for you. They have unfortunately gone bust. I've got the company statement through the liquidators. I've actually got that, which is, ain't done bad to get that. Somebody sent me it. So, people must be watching my YouTube. So, don't forget to subscribe if you're here, because people are giving me stories to talk about now. So GJF, one of the biggest companies in the country for building skips, and my family, like as you know, we've been in the skip industry for years, and we've had some of their skips, and they are very, very good. Big, the big old heavy duty stuff. Before you get all this stuff now, I don't know if anybody's ever had a skip off Terry in Gainsborough. 2 mil, 8 yarders, but 2 mil. Back in the day, was about. These lads at GJF used to get a skip off them 6, 8, 10, ridiculous 8 mil bottoms and all, really, really good skips when steel used to be a better price, So GJF, I do know a little bit about them, because my dad, like I say, my dad's been in the industry for years and years, and he has picked skips up from their place when my dad used to work for Biffa. God knows, well, before it was Biffa, it was called something else. So he was telling me a little bit about the history. He said there was on the go 20 or 30 years ago. He said as he remembers it. And he said they used to mainly do a lot of bottle banks and clothes banks and stuff like that. Like the more stuff based around the council work. So we was talking about it, and I think when you get a company that's well established like that, and they've got a lot of staff, 70, 80 staff, whatever they was running when they went bust. They're obviously well set up, well prepared, ready to do stuff. And what happened, I think what's happened with this economy lately, and this may have affected them, this is me guessing completely, but this is what I would have thought would have happened, right? So when you're waiting for these big contracts from people like Biffa, you name it, you're waiting for these big contracts to come in from the council, from Biff or whatever. What happens is, as things go up, for instance, a can of Coke, you might used to go bar 6, now you get 5. And that's the whole thing, what I think happens with these companies that rely on council work, is that council work's brilliant. Your Nationals, Biffa, they'll be supplying skips all over to Biffa, or, Veolia. I don't know if they deal with them, I'm just talking openly. They'll be supplying skips all over. Someone like me or you in the smaller companies, we would never buy a skip off GJF because they're too expensive. So as they get more known, and like a pair of Nike trainers, you're paying for a bit of a brand, you're paying more money, not necessarily for a better product. A pair of trainers from Primark for £4 are probably made in the same factory. It don't make no difference. And as you get these companies, they get a little bit. They can charge a little bit more of a premium because they've got council work, so they maybe don't want your work. And what happens is like these Biffers, so Biffa's price is going up all the time, what they're having to spend, their outgoings, everything, so they think, wait a minute, instead of replacing them skips every 5 years or whatever, we'll replace them every 7 years. That means it's 2 years where that company may not have any skips. Like I say, I'm only thinking out loud. But the national companies, so we come across them a lot when we are locally. People will say to me, right, how much for a skip, how much for a bin, whatever, and they'll send me a quote from Biffa, Veolia, different companies, and how they structure their prices is quite a strange way to what me and you would be usually used to doing. So if you get a skip off Biffa or Veolia, how it works is you'll get a really, really low waste price. So the price might be whatever it costs you to get rid of, say £100 a tonne, and they'll put a tenner on. So £110 a tonne for a skip, like a a wheelie bin type thing or whatever, the RELs like the 8-yarders or whatever. Like I say, and then what they do is they charge you a rental for your bin, and then different subsidiaries. So like there might be a fuel surcharge, there's a price for the skip and all that. So the customer actually pays for the skip in a lot of circumstances with Biffa. So they'll put you a 40-yard skip in, and then that 40-yard skip will be charged to the customer at £40 a week for skip hire, but the waste price is really, really low. And like I say, I don't know this for a fact, but that leaves potential for somebody like the Biffa or the council or whatever, whoever it is, because the council also charge for rentals. It leaves them thinking, well, I tell you what, we could keep that bin for another 2 years, keep renting it out, keep getting the rental, but even though the bin's been paid for 25 times over, well, it's been on rental. Because when I quote against Biffers and councils and stuff, the bin rental on a 40-yarder is, sometimes I've seen it as much as £200 a month. So they do it weekly, sort of like £38 a week for rental. Then they'll charge you for a bin empty. Then they'll charge you. It's all these are all individual prices, and when you actually work it out, it can be expensive. So what I think is, anyway, going off on the thingy there, but what I think the main, the thing to take from these situations is, if you have a business or a company and you want to protect yourself from going bust, don't limit yourself to one thing. And I say this all the time about you lads who are in the skip industry. You're all going to be sensible. You're all going to be changing pipes on machines. You're going to be fixing your machines. You're going to be sensible and intelligent in a way that I think is intelligent, and it's not with a pen, right? That's only me talking for myself there. But I do groundworks, what you name it, we'll have a go, to put money on the table. And I think we have an old way of thinking, and that GJF, like I say, this is just me guessing about all of it. They could have made something else. They didn't have to just do skips. They could have done whatever. I don't know if they did or if they didn't, but I know one thing. If I've got, a skip business and we sell gravel, well, there's also margins there for me to go put gravel on a person's drive. And if somebody rings me and say, can you put gravel on my drive? The answer is yes, of course I can. No problem. What do you want? Can I do it a bit quicker? And that's how you keep yourself, safe. In winter, we sell logs. When it's quiet, there's nothing going on, we sell logs, we sell coal, and that's what you have to do. And I think with how competitive the markets are now and such a lack of old school people, a lot of the manufacturing work is going abroad, and in this country we're quite technology based. So you've got, the old saying Sheffield steel. I don't know if you've heard of that. So a lot of steel was manufactured in Sheffield, used in Sheffield. Sheffield was built on the steel industry. You don't have that anymore. Completely finished. But what you probably have got in Sheffield now is load of banks, loads of tower blocks, and loads of people that are good on a computer. It's just the economy changes and stuff, stuff probably is going abroad. I mean, we don't get anybody taking on any of our work, building the skip bodies abroad, that is for sure. But, transport kills it on everything, doesn't it? But anyway, I've got the company statement, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. I have actually got a new camera, which goes onto my computer, so I can do videos like this really, really quickly. If there's anything you want me to talk about, give me some ideas. Give me some ideas what to do. I can't walk around my yard all day with a camera in my face, and, I ain't got time for that. I'm here to give people good, useful information. Enjoy the statement. See what you think. Leave me a comment at the end.
Almost all jobs have been lost at a Walsall metal fabrication firm after it collapsed into administration. GJF Fabrications has faced challenging trading conditions in recent months and explored options to secure its future. However, its director concluded that the best option was for the company to enter an insolvency process, and administrators were appointed from Grant Thornton on August 20, 2024. On appointment, 56 of GJF's 62 employees were made redundant. It marks the end of more than 25 years of operations for the designer and manufacturer of steel hook-lift containers, compactors, and skips for major national waste and recycling companies. Joint administrators John Roden, Rob Parker, and Helen Dale of Grant Thornton are now supporting impacting employees with redundancy claims. Administrators say they are working to secure the assets of the company and realizing them for the benefit of creditors.